Hi, Brian. Thank you so much for joining us today on Chester Lives. It's good to see you. It must be a very busy time for you preparing for the announcement that's just been made. When are you opening?
Yeah, well, we've got all the team in. Everyone's all set to go. Everybody's excited. We're getting everything prepared. We've got training days today and tomorrow. And we're just looking forward to welcoming our passengers on board Chester Boat again.
Well, we're so excited about it. I mean, it's been a very, very strange few weeks, hasn't it? Well, a few months, really. And the river's been busy, but of course, we've missed you.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, it's been particularly frustrating for me because I live on the river and I'm watching the boats go by, and we're not seeing the Lady Diana, the Mark Twain, or the Jackie going up and down. And we certainly miss it in the evenings as well. You know, the sounds of the boats going by and the coloured lights. And I know my neighbours are desperately looking forward to seeing the boats again.
Certainly are. And I think, you know, although paddleboards have been out in their droves, haven't they? And, you know, some of the smaller boats are opening. It is lovely to get on the passenger boats. And so which of the ferries will you be opening, Brian, on the weekend?
Well, we've got the three boats, the Lady Diana, the Mark Twain and the Jackie. And so we'll probably, on Saturday the 4th, we're thinking of opening maybe the Lady Diana, which is the flagship, and the Jackie, which has got the open deck. So we're going to start running two of the boats, see how it goes, running 30-minute cruises. We would normally at this time of year be doing two-hour cruises a day. But we're just going to see whether there's any appetite for that, because generally speaking, it's the coach companies that feed us on those cruises, and we're just going to have to see how we go.
Of course you are. Yeah, well, the very best of luck with that. Just for the benefit of people watching, Brian, would you mind talking us through your story of being on the river and Chester Boat?
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I started on the river when I was a teenager, working on the self-drive boats. And then in 1979, I was 20 years old, and an opportunity presented itself for a boat skipper. And Bithell Boats had been taken over by Robert Adamson, and I went for an interview with him. It was all new for him. He'd just bought the business. So we took a boat out and took some, it was incredible. We got one of the passenger boats in. I was interviewed driving the boat, and we got a few passengers on, and yeah, it was nice. And I was the first person he employed. Very soon I was on the riverbank. Then I became the manager. Then I bought half the shares, and we were 50-50 partners for 12 years or so. And then I bought him out. It was a very good relationship, and I've got a lot to thank Bob for. I then went on to acquiring the business in York in 2007, and at the same time set up a boat trip operation in Shrewsbury. 2 years ago, I sold the business in York to a national company, and now I'm concentrating on the boats in Chester and on the commercial side of the business, where we have safety boats, tugs, pontoons, and yeah, we've built that side of the business up too. So I'm now based firmly in Chester, which is nice, not so much travelling.
Well, it's very nice for us. We're very, very lucky, aren't we, to have the River Dee on our doorstep.
Yeah, incredibly lucky. And you know, I find, you know, for me, it's just an absolute privilege having that business and having the people that I work with. Living where I live, I walk into work each day. Gone are the days of travelling on the M62. So no, I'm very lucky, very happy, and I'll be even happier to get those boats back chugging up and down the river. Yeah.
And you've got an amazing team, haven't you? It must be a scary time for them that you've come through, but now you're unlocking. What are going to be the plans for the future, Brian? If you don't mind me asking you a little bit about that.
It's difficult to say really, because one of the things that's clear is we won't be doing a great deal of charters, the evening cruises with the discos and that type of thing. I think that's going to be more for next year now. So what we'll do is run through the season now until September, and we'll just see how we're going and see what happens with the virus as well, obviously. Last year was the first year that we actually ran the 30-minute cruises all the way through the winter. And that was quite successful. But I'm not sure whether we'll be able to do it this year. It will depend on how we do. Obviously, we've lost the last 3 months' revenue. We've been very fortunate that the government's helped us out with the furlough scheme, because that's meant we've been able to keep all the staff on. And those staff are all, have all come back to work this week, which is fantastic. Yeah, and we've been helped with a bit of grant money as well, which has helped, because you can imagine, with a business like ours, the scale of refunds we've been having to give to people who have cancelled charters, because people book these charters, year in advance. Our theme cruises, the hen cruises, all of that, all cancelled. So yeah, it's difficult. Looking forward, it's difficult to see. I'm optimistic that next year we'll start to see the business hopefully getting back to normal. But in the meantime, I think we're just going to have to sort of see how it goes. And, Saturday's going to be a big day for us. If we have the weather, we'll have a good indication of how we're going to do.
Yes, absolutely. And hopefully we will, we'll have the weather well into September, I hope. But yeah, I can't wait to see you on the river, Brian. Thank you so much for taking the time today. I know you're very, very busy, but thanks for taking the time, and the very best of luck.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for interviewing me. And I'd just like to say to anybody out there, come and join us for a boat trip. I'll be there myself this weekend on the riverbank. So if anyone wants to say hello, come pop on down.
See you there, Brian. Thank you so much.
Okay, see you then, Lisa. Bye-bye.